Aha! Okay, I thought of two really good ideas of how to waste time. This might be one. He's got some special stories for us, right? I don't remember what he sounds like, that's the problem. But, I brought you some booze, man. Will you tell me about your name now? Of course, drink first, story later. He holds out his palm. I don't know what's more expensive, but, I got a potent Pilsner. Not much, but it'll do. He grabs the bottle from your hand and uncorks it immediately. Before he can start, one of the other bums interjects. Hey, Spiral Boy, you gonna share that? It gurgles the near comatose man. Shut up, guys, I'm telling a story here. He turns to you. Something happened to you. Something happened to me too. My actual name is George, but around here, you already know. I was once a reasonably high net worth individual. Founder slash junior partner at a high concept creativity services agency. When my story begins, I just landed a major contract with an insurance firm. Go on. I used the profits from my agency to finance what I call a cultural incubator. Abstract value generation, value per person, high concept stuff. I developed the paradigm, worked within the paradigm, but the burden of leadership weighed heavily on me. So I went jogging every so often to keep myself sane. Wait, how many people did you have working for you? 22 full-time employees, all-star team. Potentially historical set of individuals. Worrying about them often kept me up well into the morning hours. Did the jogging help? It did. With my trusty sans-serif tracksuit, I felt like I could conquer the world. But now my dreams are worn thin, much like my tracksuit, he says thoughtfully, brushing dust off his shit-stained pants. What happened? One day I left on my evening run. As you may know, it's impossible to clear your head when you're distracted by the sound of keys jangling in your pockets. He shakes the bottle and makes a ringing sound. His eyes are clouded, his dilated blood vessels encircling in his irises like stinging brambles. His eyes are your eyes. So I remove the key ring and put the keys for the front gate and the apartment into different pockets. Stop him jangling, you see, at least that was the plan. I was halfway down my usual lap when it started to rain. Reality situation became very wet. Very quickly. How wet are we talking exactly? That doesn't matter at all. Wet, okay? It was raining really hard. There's a trace of derision in his voice. I made my way back home and discovered I didn't have the key to the front gate. I mixed it up with the key to the letterbox, which was useless. Naturally, this situation required me to climb over the gate, which I did. There was no climbing down because I slipped and landed on my arse. Ouch. Ouch indeed. Reality was looking rather grim. Just then, lying on my arse in the middle of a mud pit, in the middle of a heavy shower. When life knocked me down, I always got up. So I made my way across the yard, standing in front of my apartment door, fumbling in my pockets. I realised I'd also forgotten my apartment key. Oh, you gotta be shitting me. He turns his head towards the skies and said, I wish I were, Tequila. I wish I were. Instead of my apartment key, I'd taken the key to the office. Okay, so what happened next? I rang my neighbours' buzzers. It was late, and most of them didn't even answer. Those who did assumed I was trying to sell them something and hung up before I could even explain the situation. People are naturally wary of admen, you see. One moment, someone chats you up. 5 minutes later, you've bought a box of edible lingerie and a strap-on. I don't begrudge them, especially since I was known to be one of the best strap-on salesmen. He pauses meaningfully. Heavy as the head that wears the crown. Just then, I experienced a moment of clarity. I still had the key to my office, so I could just wait out the storm there. When I reached my office, I remembered that I'd asked one of my producers to change the locks that day. Since I only hired the best, he'd already done it, and I couldn't get in. Anyway, long story short, life spiraled out of control. I haven't gotten into my apartment for years. My girlfriend left me because she didn't want to date a homeless man. The company, well, you see where I'm going with this. So now you've heard my tragic tale. What do you think? Nothing you've ever heard, huh? He takes a long swig of his drink. Wait, is that it? I feel there are some steps missing. Tequila, I thought about this series of events for a long time. If there was anything else to it, I would have thought of it by now. Why didn't you go to the authorities? Well, at one point they came to me, but, you know, I didn't have any ID on me, so they just tossed me in jail for 2 days. Can't say it increased my faith in the RCM. No offence, gentlemen. He shakes his head. There's this black point in the world. A hole. It's already claimed an entire commercial area. Maybe you're one of its victims. This would explain a lot. I always believed it wasn't my fault that I ended up homeless on the beach with these two bums. He looks at his partners with a glint of sadness. God bless him though. I'll be alone without him. Anyway, that was all the story and one bottle gets you. He turns his eyes to the bottle. Almost empty, this one. Why do you keep losing all your stuff? Good fucking question, Tequila. If I knew the answer, you'd think I'd be hanging out on a beach in this formerly premium but now extremely dirty two-piece lycra tracksuit. I used to own my reality situation. My business buddies and I had our own creative service agency. I had a nice apartment, an even nicer piece of earth. But somehow, it all got away from me. Now I can't hang on to anything. So last week I stole this nice new jacket, and I lost it too. Only things I haven't lost are these two drunks. You of all people should emphasize with this. Perhaps this lost jacket is something you can help with. What's this about a lost jacket? Tequila, it's verifiable tragedy. It was practically brand new. Sure, it didn't really go on my lycra TM threads, but it did itch a lot less. He looks at you bleary-eyed. Say, you're a detective, right? Maybe you can help old Doomspiral out. Solve the case of the missing jacket? What do you say, Tequila? You mean this jacket that I discovered on the boardwalk and had cleaned on a whim? The man examines the jacket for a moment. A look of consternation on his brow. Yeah, this isn't it. Found? That's a medium concept stuff. That's totally not my style. So you're saying there's another lost jacket out there somewhere? It's a big world out there, Tequila. A lot of lost jackets in it. Don't know why you'd think this could possibly be mine. Hey, Doomspiral, ain't that the jacket you stole the other week? Not on your fucking life, Rosemary. What's wrong with you people? I'd be caught dead wearing found like some low-concept bicycle courier. Complete. Tell you what, Tequila, why don't you just hang on to that one? I'll get another jacket someday. At least you got a nice jacket for your troubles. Well, have you got any more stories, buddy? I do. As you can see, my fuel tank is running quite low. Catch my drift? He spins the bottle in his hand. Not a single drop of liquid remains. I got some sweet Commodore Red. Sorry guys, a little bit of an interruption there. I had to take a call. I got some sweet Commodore Red. Classy. He snatches the bottle and pushes the cork in through the bottleneck. Push it in? You're a disaster of a human being, aren't you? Tale I'm about to tell you is an urban legend particular to Martin Ace. He lifts the bottle to his lips and takes a long, luxuriant sip. That said, I first heard it from a former bicycle courier in Coron. There are many variations on this basic story, and the details often conflict. What everyone agrees on is that nobody knows the exact nature or identity of the phenomenon. Are you telling the story of the headless... Shut the fuck up, Rosemary! He clears his throat. Fuck, that was an actual cough. Excuse me, guys. I hope I remember to edit that out, but I don't know if I will. Summer of 44. 17-year-old Gertrude Hett is walking home from a late shift at the harbour. It's almost midnight. She stops for a cigarette near the canal. Streets are warmed by a southerly breeze. Lights of a passing motor carriage bloom and fade in the distance. In the harbour's dark, her cigarette is a beacon, dancing alone. The image comes to you effortlessly, as though you've walked the same streets yourself 1,000 times. Our heroine finds herself enjoying the peace and quiet the canal provides. He looks up to the skies as if searching for peace himself. What she doesn't know is that her peace is about to be shattered. From behind her comes a clattering of hooves. Startled, she turns around, and what does she see? I don't know. Oh, a horse? Well, yes, but it's the man on the horse that's of interest here. A man, the pause is long and dramatic, with no head on his shoulders, wearing a found tracksuit, searching for the legendary found cap that went missing when he lost his head. Wait, I thought the headless found rider rode a bull. Show him the figurine. I thought that he rode a headless pig, Lieutenant said with a little smirk. Well, there are many versions of this story, most peculiar of which has the headless found rider riding on the back of another headless man. Is riding the correct word? Is that what we're going with here? Okay, we'll go with riding. That's super spooky. Yeah, according to legend, young Gertrude Het had to endure years of psychotherapy before she was able to look at another horse or tracksuit again. And she's one of the lucky ones. He takes a sip from his bottle. Gertrude Het may have been the first to witness the headless found rider. She wasn't the last. Oh, no. Tell them about the two feminists by the locks. Fuck, Rosemary, they were dating. No one said they were feminists. Everyone always misremembering this stuff. This wouldn't be the De Ponte Delgado case, would it? What? You know it. I've read the case file, but please go on. Right. Early autumn of 46, Ula De Ponte and Eva Delgado are fishing near the waterlock long after sun has set. Wind picks up. The sky, already dark now, blackens. Water starts falling from above. First cold rain of the season. Two women stand on a small outcropping of rocks. One of them is wearing a purple raincoat. Thin lines reach out from the rods into the sea. Small droplets start appearing on the surface with increasing frequency. The women are caught in the downpour. They act quickly. Ava gathers the rod while Ula turns around to reach for the tackle box. Don't turn around, don't turn around! When she sees something, her shriek is so violent that the residents of the nearby apartment building believe lightning has struck. There is no lightning, only a heavy downpour and the silhouette of the headless found rider, looming on the horizon. Ula makes a run for the shore, but Ava slips on a wet rock and disappears into the cold, cold canal with nary a sound. Man falls ominously silent for a moment, then looks at you straight in the eye and says, her body is never recovered. What did the case file say? Asked Kim. Naturally, Ula De Ponte became the prime suspect in the disappearance of Eva Delgado. De Ponte maintained that it was the so-called headless found rider, and that she ran, fearing for her life. He adjusts his glasses. During the investigation, it became apparent that there was a love triangle, third party being some small-time businessman. I don't remember the exact details. The leading theory was that an argument broke out on the jetty and De Ponte pushed Delgado into the canal. Then cooked up this stupid cover story. Was she arrested? No, she committed suicide before she could be taken into custody. They found her in the bathroom with a rifle, her face slowly peeling off the ceiling. Not a pretty scene. That's some grisly detail. Oh well, is to another case closed. Takes a hearty swig from his bottle. Anyway, that's the story of the headless found rider. Pretty crazy, huh? Well, who was the headless rider before he died? Well, tequila, that's part of the legend. No one knows for sure. There are a couple of possibilities, though. Some say he was an undercover cop who blew his cover and got beheaded by the vicious gang he had infiltrated. Now he rides searching for his lost found cap, plotting revenge. Oh, headless brother, where art thou? Others claim he was a professional jockey who veered off course during a steeplechase, ended up in somebody's backyard and got decapitated by an exceptionally taut clothesline. Personally, I think he was just some guy who hanged himself from a really tall tree and fall was so violent that his head came clean off. Coincidentally, at the exact moment, a horse happened to pass under him and his beheaded corpse mounted it, where it remains to this day. But then, no one really knows. For some reason, this does strike you as the most plausible theory of them all. You know what? I was thinking the exact same thing. Thank you, terrifying circle full of worms. I've got a hunch that it was the undercover cop. Actually, you know what? I have got to agree. Your theory sounds the most plausible. Isn't it? All the pieces fit together perfectly. That's how I know it's right. Anyway, each to his own. Do you want to hear my other stories? I've already seen some weird shit on this case. Headless jockey in tracksuit fits right in. Hard to argue with that, I suppose. That's the reality situation for you. Think you got a handle on it, then blam! Throw some wild shit at you. He takes a long swig, then smiles. That's why it's critical to stay well hydrated. That's nothing. I got an even crazier story. Yeah? Why don't you go eat shit, tequila? There's no way you know a better one than that. There's a kind green ape. It's very kind. Very green. Do you always try to pick the lamest option possible? Come on, tequila! Okay, whatever became of the headless found rider? No one knows. Some say he stalks matinees to this day. Can be seen near the canal when the clock strikes midnight. He makes a spooky gesture with his free hand. Lieutenant smirks. He won't though, because it's just a stupid legend. Yeah, I saw him one night when I was right shit-faced. Got any more urban myths? You got one. Oh no! He's only got one more! Wait, you've got something you want to talk about? Oh, I didn't expect this! I thought this was a side thing.
About your sense of style.
My style? What about it? It's, well, a little eclectic, don't you think? How would you even describe what you're wearing? Eclectic is for pop music with indigenous percussion. You're a sartorial maverick. Formal apologetic, oboe chic, superstar casual, regular core, office harbinger. Just clothes, Gamuka. I'm superstar casual, absolutely. Well, I can't say it doesn't fit you. Still, you might try branching out a little. You know the expression, the clothes make the man. The right outfit in the right situation can make all the difference in the world. Okay, you're a sharp-dressing man. I can be style buddies with you. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, detective. A warm smile. Anyway, we should probably get back to the case. Let's go. Damn it! I wanted that to be something meaningful and take up more time, and I'm also really annoyed that I don't have enough alcohol to fucking get the last story out of him. I'm also really intrigued as to whether the fucking headless sauce boy actually does show up at midnight around the canal. That'd be really interesting to see. Unfortunately, I don't think we're gonna have an... Hello, you're not normally open, are you? Oh no, it's still closed here, okay. But yeah, I don't think we'll have enough, enough things to do to be able to push time back to midnight this time around. And even if we can, it won't be with Kim. Because, you know, after 10, the only things I can do require Kim to not be here. It's a real shame. Then again, maybe I'll be able to go buy alcohol. Let's quickly see if the shop is still open. I mean... The bookstore was still open when we ran past that. The lights are on. Oh, shit! We can at the very least buy some more alcohol, and hell, I might... Hello. Yellow roses in the window. Those aren't the flowers that were left for Classier.
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything.
Yeah. What do we got over here? Yes, vices. Oh my god, 30 real! Doesn't even do much. I'm gonna have to pay for some fucking potent pilsner, aren't I? Here you go, mister. And over here we got a little bit of druggies. Oh man, Nosafed is real cheap. It boosts me by 3. And it is cheaper, but we actually, no, that doesn't make any sense because we only have one little bit of health. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll get up to 10. That didn't even drain me that much of cash. Let's hope that was a good idea because now I don't really know what to do. I think I'm going to go back to the story boy. See you guys when we're there. My favorite band of disasters. Hello, my friends. Right, I found another batch of alcohol. Can you tell me the third story now? Got some potent pilsner. Not much, but it'll do, blah, 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 blah. This last one is the most Martinet story I've ever heard. He takes an almost comically long swig. thus fortified, he continues. I've never heard it mentioned outside of here. First I thought it was a joke, to be honest, but I've been on the coast 8-9 months now, and in that time I've seen at least 3 expeditions come through, searching for something. A shovel hits the sand somewhere behind the reeds, near an abandoned construction yard. The young men look over their shoulders suspiciously. The sound of their digging seems loud in the sudden silence. Place to call home? Hey, fuck you, Tequila, he says, his voice level. Cryptids. Magical animals. No, man, this is serious stuff. Place to call home? Oh, I accidentally said your lost keys, okay. No, Tequila, most people already know where they live. It's guys like you and me that are the exceptions. Then what kind of expeditions? All kinds. Seen archaeologists, gangsters, even had a bunch of ad agency types. I'm telling you, Tequila, this thing's got a pull on certain kinds of people. What do you mean by certain kinds of people? You know, obsessive types, people with predilections. And what are we talking about here? Some of these expeditions come back after a week or so, looking haggard and dejected. Others don't return at all. First time I saw one of these expeditions, I thought they were fucking with me. There was no way it could be true. It was just too high concept, even for me. I'm not even sure I should be telling you this story, to be perfectly honest. You're in a fragile state. It might be too much for you to handle. I can handle it. Okay, fine, I'll tell you. But I'm warning you, it's pretty out there. His eyes narrow with mystery. Our story begins at a legendary design studio, right here in Martinez. There was this designer. His exact name is lost to history, but in life he was a legend. Made it big in Oranje, where he did some real pioneering work on grotesque and sans serif typography. Fucking genius, man. He takes a swig, wipes his mouth, then continues. That is, if he even existed. Who knows? An urban legend after all. Anyway, sometime later he started his own personal studio here in Martinez. And that's when he started working on some really wild stuff. I'm talking some glass smooth, forward-looking design language. Kind of thing that would totally overthrow the old regime design-wise. A paradigm-shattering revolutionary. But then, something turned. See, it's widely known that nose candy and pioneer graphic designer work go hand in hand. Wait, nose candy? You know, Tequila. Taps the side of his nose twice. Nose candy. White Railroad. Party powder. Kids on the street also call it snow day. Or Ermelon gold, for the plateau on which most of the world's supply is grown and harvested, typically by slave labor. Cynosol, the White Knight. Can't see. For its popularity among the aristocratic class of the prior century. Along with a number of more banal street names. Blow, of course, but there's also Flake, Powder, Pearl, really anything that's white will work. He's talking about cocaine, baby! Thank you for your trivial success, electrochemistry. Are you referring to cocaine? Shit, yeah, Tequila, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It gives you a comradely bump on the shoulder as a couple of milliliters of booze slosh out of his bottle. So, what happened to him? You gotta understand, the work this guy was going to do was so high concept, regular amounts of cocaine just weren't cutting it. By the end, they were bringing it by the lorry load. Now, as you might imagine, snorting that much cocaine can't be healthy for a regular human, right? Right. Wrong! Do it all the time! All the time? All day, baby. Hey, Tequila, pay attention! Story goes that one day he was balls deep in his work on what he thought would be his piece de resistance. An advert so minimal it contained neither text nor images. Just pure white. Apparently the idea was too high concept even for this genius, and he dropped dead right at his desk before he could finish. His last words are recorded to have been, "As white as a blizzard of cocaine." What a loss for the world. What a stupid fucking idea. Just say nothing. But the story don't end there. Supposedly, when they performed the autopsy, Connor discovered nearly a quarter kilo of coke jammed in his nasal cavity. That's almost certainly anatomically impossible. Wrong again, nerd. Where there's a will, there's a way. That's right. 250 grams of blow had accumulated in there over the years. We're talking high-grade Samarizian pure. Not that cut-rate shit your grandma does. Oh yeah, Granny Junkie over there, my favourite. There are those who believe that the designer was buried with his quarter key and nose candy still lodged in his sinuses. That's what those expeditions are looking for. The cocaine skull. The cocaine skull? The cocaine skull! Wow. No. Wow! He corrects you. And why do people think the skull is here? In Martinez? He's a kicker. This designer, this lead designer of a world-famous design studios was born in Martinez. Local boy, Martin Martinez. That's why he brought his studio here. That's where it all began. And that's why they buried him here too. Perhaps right under Abs's pipe there. Or probably further down the coast. Or in a yard in Martinez proper. Hidden mausoleum. No one knows exactly. Now, my grandma always told me his grave lay somewhere on the islets of the bay. And trust me, she's trying to get into that coke just as much as everybody else. This is ludicrous. Lieutenant turns to you. And physically impossible. Sinuses can't contain that much of anything. Now, detective. Always the skeptic. My only question is, where does one get a shovel? Why interfacing? Why do you want this? You're not electrochemistry. You're not as much of an addict as the Nan. Rosemary, you said something about islets. Don't listen to him or his grandma. He's just making things up. No, man, my grandma told me. I've heard other people say it too. That it's underwater. Or, no, maybe it was the storm sewers. Or maybe it's in the air. Or in an ancient steppe pyramid offshore. In a pyramid? Now that would be something. What do these expeditions plan to do with it? The archaeologists say they want to put it in a museum. Gangsters say they want to sell it on a black market. And the ad agency guys say they're seeking inspiration. Bullshit, they just want to snort it. But you can beat them to it, Harry. You can snort the magic skull cocaine instead. I'm pretty sure they all just want to snort it, though. And why wouldn't they, huh? Sounds like right strong stuff. And what have you learned from the other expeditions? They're pretty vague about it in general. Gangsters like to claim they're looking for the grave of a friend. Picks and shovels. Archaeologists act all official about it, saying they're conducting serious research. Honestly, I think they're not really scientists, just rich. Junkies, for some reason, are pretty upfront about it. Say they're looking to snort some blow out of a dead man's nasal cavity, and we have all been there. Honest men on an honest quest. You should join them. But by now, I'd say I know about as much about it as anyone on the coast. Okay, I'm convinced. Let's go find it. Whoa, hold on just a minute. Finding it right now is literally impossible. What? Why? For one, the way is blocked by that big lorry that says Delta Logistics Company on the side. You definitely have to search the area behind that lorry too. Yeah, it is impossible. And second, outfitting an expedition like that is expensive. It'd have to be a big production to do the cocaine skull justice. Need new gear, people who know what they're doing. All kinds of provisions. It's not feasible within the economic and temporal frame of our current setup. Matter of fact, unless a bunch of money just falls out of the sky, we might never know what's up with that skull. I have to agree. We barely have what we need to solve the case we've got now. Can't afford to run around chasing after quasi-mythical pieces of drug paraphernalia. Besides, it would look extremely bad for the RCM to be caught up in something that has the word cocaine writ large on it. PR is tricky on this. Damn, that's too bad. Wait! Maybe there's another way. Maybe up around the coast. Don't give up now! Yeah, well, it's the reality of the situation for you. Who knows, though? Maybe someday we'll get our chance. Be seeing you, buddy, because it is past 10. Now, let's have a little look at what the task actually says. Walk past the fishing village until you see the boardwalk. Well, I mean, the boardwalk is over here, right? It's off to the left. It's this one where the dude's son normally goes. I really, really hope the dad and his son aren't still hanging around here, or that is going to be a very depressing sight for the boy. Well, at least you give him something vaguely interesting in his tiny little boring, horrific life with a dad like that. Who wants to see history when they can see the dance cop? Where the fuck are you? Is this not where I'm meant to be? That's this one again. What? Where you at, homies? Is it further back? It must be further on. Yeah, okay, because there's the singular one, so it must be further up here. I have lost track of absolutely everything.